Hi there, Sana. My name's Daphne from IELTSpodcast.com. I'm one of the tutors here. I'm sorry for the delay in getting this correction back to you. So here we go. You've written me a nice essay. Your topic was students in school and uni learn more by teachers compared to other sources. Do you agree? Very interesting. Clearly you don't. Clearly you do agree, rather. Okay, so it is argued that you could, in your introduction, you could do a more general sentence to start with, okay? In today's world, or experts throughout the developing or developed world argue that adolescents acquire more subject knowledge from their instructors than from computers or other devices. Yeah. I strongly disagree with this opinion and think that media and internet services render them, you wouldn't render them, that's not the right use of that word. I would say supply or offer more detailed information than most teachers. Maybe not every teacher, most teachers. This essay will discuss arguments. We'll support my opinion. All right, and give a conclusion. Yes, you could say using examples from give me a country, India and Oxford University or something. And then what I'm going to suggest is, you got the Times, yeah, the Times and somewhere. So tell me where your examples are coming from, just to make that sentence more personal to your essay and not so general. Firstly, I believe that the internet, always we have the internet, obviously, yeah. Firstly, it is undeniable that the internet has an enormous amount of data which can be retrieved with a tap. We say at the tap of a button, funny enough, at the tap of a button. This is to say that learners get more than they asked for and also are able to refer to many websites to compare and now avail resources. We don't use that word, avail. To compare and research incredible in-depth or research in-depth academic resources. Give me some as well as reliable. Give me some other adjectives as well as that, because some are obviously not reliable, which could not be expected from mentors. As they only teach what is printed in textbooks. Yes, and obviously their own knowledge, but okay. To illustrate this, now you need to have when you're typing, gaps here. The Times has recently reported that students who use the internet as the primary source of material have secured higher grades than people who simply followed instructors' lessons or something. Just need a little bit more there. Moreover, many students may be more distracted after lunch, and there are high chances that they miss lectures as these are not recorded. Okay. I rather miss the lecture. Okay, you was it attendance? Is their attendance is reduced? Something like that, a bit more academic. This demonstrates that the external sources such as TV. Yeah. Okay. Good. Very nice paragraph, nicely argued. Just give a little bit more detail here and watch out for these little errors. This is mostly punctuation errors, okay? But every time you can, add a bit more information or another adjective or something just to really boost your argument. Secondly, I reckon that this is not academic. You cannot have that. Many professionals argue that teachers are not sufficiently reliable sources. They can be reliable, but not sufficiently reliable, so not reliable enough. In other words, be careful on generalizations. I'm very cautious about the generalizations here. And I'm a teacher, so that's why I'm very cautious. Many of them have no prior experience and just joined soon after college because the recruiting team is too lenient, okay? For example, the Sunday Times reported that 86% of institutions recruit they're not really freshers, this is a different word, newly qualified, you'd have to say that again, or new teachers, in order to reduce expenditure on salaries. This is because experienced staff must be paid with huge sums of money. Okay, all right. Okay, this illustrates the information given by teachers cannot be trusted. Ooh, you can't say it can't be trusted, but it's just not they're not experienced. That much information given by teachers may be may be unqualified. That's the information, not the teachers. Maybe unqualified or may not be supported by years of experience. Yeah. Apart from the fact you're talking about teachers, you are generalizing way too much in this paragraph. You're making some sweeping, bold statements which are not necessarily true. You cannot prove if they're true or not. So this is why you need to use hedging language. So you're saying could, should, may, might, would, all the modal verbs, very useful in that kind of context. To conclude, I strongly believe that learners must rely on the internet media rather than on teachers because variable trust in this series are accessible rather than available. Accessible instantly on the internet. Okay. Yes. Okay. I think this is a nice essay. For me, it's a little bit underdeveloped. In a conclusion like this, yes, fine, but again, you're making a big sweeping statement. What about fake news? What about all the stuff we can't trust on the internet? I think you should acknowledge there at least that some of it's reliable, absolutely, but some of it is absolute rubbish. And part of the skill is being able to learn what is good and what is fake, especially nowadays. So I think that should be mentioned. You're talking solely about the internet. You're not talking about any other sources like TV, which you could talk about. You could equally talk about radio. I mean, there's lots of different things in podcasts you could talk about. Hopefully, you're learning from this. So I think you could broaden your argument a little bit here. So what you've done is great. Hopefully, you can see the suggestions I'm making might help you. So I'm thinking on task achievement, you could develop it a little bit more. On your coherence is pretty good. I can understand why you're going nicely, and I like how you've used lots of connecting words, which are really good. That helps it run smoothly. The structure of your paragraphs is good with your examples, and you're backing up your examples, which are really good. Your grammar looks nice to me and your vocabulary is good. I would just watch out for low-level words or informal phrases. Try and upgrade your lexis, your vocabulary when you can. Thank you very much. Have a look at the online course. I think you might find that really beneficial. It guides you through how to do task 2 and task 1, and there's lots of essay practice and corrections in there. Thank you.